welcome everybody. Today we're going to be replacing the rear brake pads on a Nissan Juke 2022 model. You're going to need some diagnostic machine to release the rear brake calipers because of the electric parking brake. If you don't have a diagnostic machine, you won't be able to replace the rear brake pads. So let's get right to it. Lift up the bonnet. Bear in mind, you might have to top up the brake fluid. I'm going to open it so that releases the pressures. What we're going to do first, we're going to remove 1 and 2. So we got 2 bolts here. That's for the adjuster. At times you see this nut spins as well, so you need another spanner. I'm using a 13 for the bolt at the back. Let's see. And a 15. So bear in mind that the pistons are all the way back at the moment, so it should be straightforward to bring the pistons back. This one you're going to need a socket. Just be careful, you got a metal pipe here. You don't want to damage that pipe or you'll be in big trouble. Okay, it's lovely. Flat screwdriver at the back. You can try and pry the caliper. You see that? And that will bring the piston back. See, I got the flat screwdriver there, and just gently prying it so that the pistons go all the way back. Once they're all the way back, you will see that it won't move anymore, and then it should just come out straight easily. Just double check. That looks good. And that's all the way back. Okay, lovely. First things first, remove the rear brake pads. Not too bad. I mean, they are worn compared to the brand new ones. just be careful with the housing, these metal housings. Just make sure those are in position. Put a bit of brake cleaner there, just to clean the brake pad carriers. Okay. Make sure they're the same size. Looks lovely. Copper grease. Sometimes if you don't put copper grease, it can make the brake squeak. So I always like to put a bit of copper grease on the pads, just in case. Also, always try to go for a better quality pad, because that can create squeaking as well if the quality is not that great. I mean, if you don't mind the squeak, then it's okay. It's just that it is definitely better. So these clips are a bit fiddly, but once you get them in, they should go in nicely. One thing you need to check is squeaking. If it squeaks, if it doesn't squeak. You don't want it to squeak for sure, because that can be annoying. Now put in the back brake pad. That's where the piston is, so copper grease goes in the middle. And this is where the pad will move forwards and backwards. So I put a bit of grease there just to make sure it doesn't squeak. Don't be shy with the copper grease. And because it's a bit hard to see, what you do, you just bring these little clips a little bit back, and then as the pad goes in, you can bring the clip back in. Okay, so pad is in there. Next thing to do is check the adjusting bolts. What I like to do, these are pretty clean. The car is new, so it really, usually if it's very dry and it's filthy, you can see it straight away. It's worth cleaning them up, but these ones are not too bad. So what we're going to do, we're just going to grease them up a little bit, put a bit of red grease. I usually put this wherever there's rubber. This is for brakes specifically, and it does do wonders. There you go. Just make sure it moves freely. They do move freely, but it's always good to top it up with a bit of grease. You never know next time, especially if they don't do much mileage. This grease needs to stay for years. But if they do, you see that? It goes backwards and forwards nice and easily. Now we're going to check if the caliper fits on the pads. If it doesn't, the caliper needs to be brought back some more. In this case, it does fit. As you see, make sure the bolts are in place and the adjusters are back, because they can get in the way as you're putting the caliper back. That's excellent. If you noticed, it had a bit of Loctite on the bolt. You can put it on just a little bit, but you know, this one still has some. We're just gonna double check it's nice and tight. You don't want them too tight, these ones, because they can be a real pain to get off and on. I can feel that the Loctite is actually engaging, so we're gonna use the socket to tighten it up. So tighten it until it stops, and when it stops, just tighten it a little bit more. Doesn't have to be super strong. Doesn't have to be bone tight, but it does need to be tight. Again, tighten it. That's it. Make sure it moves forwards and backwards. Nice. What I usually do at this point, just put some brake clean on the disc, just in case I've got some copper grease in there. At the back as well. That's lovely. Now we're going to move to the other side. Lighting is not that great. Let's see if we can put a bit of extra lights in here. We want to make sure we can see properly. That's a little bit better. Lovely, same process. There's no sensors on these pads, so we're gonna remove the adjuster bolt from the back, both of them, then bring the piston back with the screwdriver and lock up that nut, which is a 15. Again, sorry guys for the lighting. That's going to be a bit funny. There's actually a stone trapped right in there. See that? Which is blocking my spanner from getting in. So let's get that off. There we go. That's it. There's always something. Always something. Lovely. Yeah, it's funny. In this trade, there is always something. Always. See, as you try and release, you got the knot there that spins with it. So you got to block that knot. That's it. We try to keep a peaceful environment, hence why I call this channel Grace in the Garage, because we need peace. We all need peace, especially when we're doing these kind of jobs. It's supposed to be quite therapeutic, so we try and keep the peace, especially with everything that's going on around the world right now. Peace is the one. So as soon as you feel that the piston's not going back anymore, then you're all set. Move the caliper out of the way. So yeah, this customer was advised to change the pads. You can see still a little bit more there, but especially if they're doing long trips, long drives, it's always good to replace. Nice. Again, brake cleaner. Where the caliper sits, so we're gonna do 1 here, 2 here, and this is where the caliper slides forwards and backwards. Again, don't be shy. Just be careful, don't get any grease where the pad is, because that will affect the braking efficiency. You can bring these a little bit out. These clips can be a little bit fiddly, as you can see, especially on this side. That's it, lovely. Rear pad at the back. Again, this is where the piston sits at the back. So as you can see, that's the back of the front there. That's where it sits. Again, I'm going to bring those clips a bit closer so they lock in position. Just a little bit. Wipe your hands. adjust the bolts, come off. This already has grease, as you can see. We're going to add some more. I like this grease. It's very very strong. Make sure it's all the way down and that clips back in. Doesn't need too much because they're quite, you know, they're new. That goes in there, and again, make sure the adjusters are out of the way, because as you're putting the caliper back, they can definitely get in the way. There we go. Okay. If they're heavily corroded, the caliper bolts, I do recommend putting a bit of copper grease, but these are good, so they don't need any. Sometimes when you get the pads as well, they may come with 1 or 2 new caliper bolts. If they do, replace. You see how the whole caliper is moving backwards and forwards? That's a good sign, which means it's free. Make sure it's nice and tight. Again, doesn't have to be super tight, but it stops. If it stops, that's a good sign. That's free. Lovely. That's fine. That's all good. So this side is all done. So what we're going to do now, we're going to close the pistons with our diagnostic machine and then pump the brakes. And that's it. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, if this was helpful to you, just to see how to change the rear brake pads on a Nissan 22 plate, give a like. And if you want to see more of these videos, please do subscribe. I'll be making some more. This is my first video, so I'm super excited. Anyway, God bless you all. Have a great day.